Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors, your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad you're here this morning. Got a great show lined up, and we'll get started with our weather brought to us by Haney Technical Center at their number is 767-5500. Jeff always has trouble giving me that number every morning. High today, 85, low tonight, 65, and we're talking about a 20-degree difference, but we're talking about some dry air coming in, and that's really nice, and it's sort of a lot cooler feeling, get rid of that humidity, so we're thankful of that. Water temperature remains at 82 degrees. And the river readings, I didn't do a chart, but I can just tell you that the Apalachicola actually doubled almost. They went up, yesterday they're at 0.4, today they're at a 0.7. They're really rising on Apalachicola. The Choctawhatchee is at a 6.4. The tide this morning, low tide is in Panama City at 8:50 a.m. and high tide 11:15 p.m. Okay, got a good tidal flow coming back with us, and I'll get that tide chart back to us pretty soon. Now, I'd plan on calling Blair Morgan. I can't find Blair this morning. I called him at his house, and he's got a place up in the woods in Tate's Hill, and I called him there, and he might be in between, but I can't find him. So I'll try to call Blair tomorrow and get a report down there from the Franklin County, Guff County area and see what's going on down there. Okay? Now, let's take our first break, and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Welcome our monthly guest, Captain Corley.
Good morning.
Good to see you, Rick.
Yes.
Well, we're sitting here talking about all kinds of things and all, but you brought a book with you this morning.
I did.
And let's talk
and
about
I'm
this
going
book.
to just turn it around where they can see it. Mm-hmm. That book needs to be read more by most of the boaters. I get amused. I used to teach with the Power Squadron and with the Coast Guard Auxiliary, and they still teach the courses. And we had one where we taught ladies boating, and she said, "Oh, you're going to teach me to be a safe boater?" I said, "No, ma'am. I'm going to teach you to be an idiot identifier." She said, "What are you talking about?" So when we got out in the park where we were actually doing hands-on in the boats with them, and the lady says, "What's that guy doing over there? Isn't he on the wrong side of that beacon?" I said, "Yes, ma'am. You go to the head of the class. You just identified the first idiot." So they are out there, and they don't really have enough sense to know they're even doing anything wrong because they don't know. They think, I can drive a car, I can run a boat. No, you can't.
That's true. Every weekend different. You see them.
Well, yeah, and ignorance is bliss, but the bad part is they can get themselves killed and take you with them. Mm-hmm. People do not understand that even in a meeting situation, you know, when you're driving a car, they're either going to be coming from the right side, left side, or in front of you or behind you. Mm-hmm. But they can be coming from any of 360 directions on the water. Mm-hmm. So it becomes more important to understand the rules. And whistle signals, well, a lot of people don't realize. They said, nobody ever blows a whistle anymore. Nobody knows what they are. I said, they need to. And most of your professionals do know. Because if you have somebody that does something and a guy blows the whistle, or even talking on the radio between each other and you agreed to pass, the guy that blows the whistle, that supersedes anything else. So the whistle system is still more important than any other signal out there. Whether you talk to him on the radio or even if you point, it makes no difference. Bottom line is that whistle is that important.
Yeah, I was telling you before I came on air, I was talking about, you know, we teach boat smart, safe boating in our class in Outdoor Way.
Yeah. They use this book, the Boat Smart book.
That's the boat. Yeah, that's the one
that's
we
great.
use. It amazes me every year what little the kids know about boating. Most of them, I know you can find this hard to believe, most of them do not know the bow and the stern. Most of the kids do not know the bow and the stern, much less the port and starboard.
Well, and another thing, a lot of people don't understand what one whistle, two whistles, three whistles, 5 whistles or more. And they say, well, what about 4? Well, 4 is a signal for a pilot boat. So that's not usually used a lot, and you don't run into that. But one whistle means I'm going to the right and I'm going to leave you on my left side. I don't care what direction you're going. I'm going over here. If I blow 2 whistles, I'm going to go to the left and leave you on my right side. If you're passing somebody, you're coming up behind him. If you want to pass him on the left side, you blow 2 whistles. He should answer with 2 whistles, and you go around on the left side. Now, if you blow 2 whistles and he blows a danger signal, he's just told you, no, I see something ahead of me that could create you a problem, because he may be blocking your view, and you may not see a boat coming down his left side, and you jump out there, it'd be like, a head-on collision. Things of that nature. Now, 5 or more short, rapid blasts is a danger signal, but it's also the signal to say, hey, no, don't do that. Okay? If you hear a long, prolonged blast, and let's say you're coming up on a marina, well, like at Lighthouse Marina, for example, coming out back in the back there, it's kind of blind. You're coming out into the main channel and you can't see. You should blow one long blast before you get out into that. Let them know, I'm coming out, and you start looking for a bow. If you get up near where Captain Anderson and one of their boats is leaving, they will blow a prolonged blast followed by 3 short blasts, which means I'm coming out of a blind area and I'm backing up. That 3 short means I'm backing up. So they're telling you what they're doing, and they're telling you, look for this.
Yeah.
On the river, if you're going around a bend and you can't see all the way around there, you blow a prolonged blast. Now, the difference is 1 second is a short blast, and 4 seconds or longer is a prolonged blast. And
that's a good rule of thumb, knowing 4 seconds, you got to hold it 4 seconds.
Yeah, 4 seconds for that. And if you do those things and learn them, they will keep you out of trouble, especially on the river and places like coming into around some of these marinas.
Now, where can someone get these books right here?
You can get this at West Marine. I'm pretty sure in most of your marina stores have them. I think
it's got a lot of good drawings too.
Yes, it does. In other words, that is, and if you have a boat that's 40 foot or longer, you're supposed to have one of these. You're supposed to have one on the bridge if it's over 12 meters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna take our break. Have some good pictures. We'll show you when we get back. Okay, welcome back, folks. Getting set up to show you some pictures now. Some people send me in all kind of pictures, and it's great to keep up with all the outdoor activities here in the Panhandle. Some of my friends from over in Quincy, over in Gaston Country Club, playing golf the other day, and they were. I had a visitor on the golf course. I think you appreciate this.
I think they let him play through.
While you were saying, Rick, a while ago, I was setting this up. He did play through, but he said he was close to Tallahassee.
Let him get some of them politicians over there.
Keep on going toward Tallahassee.
That's
get some of the politicians. Check out this next picture now. You're talking about a good-looking fish right here. This is right from Deer Point Dam. Now this is Daniel Brooks. His dad is Tim Brooks. This is big old black drum. They caught on a 12-pound test line. Look at that. That's the first one he caught. I know he's excited about that. Great picture, and you see right there where he's standing, right there below the Deer Point Dam, and they're fishing on a bottom rig there. All right. Now we'll go to our next set of pictures. This is Jonathan. Let's see. This is right here. This is buttercat. Zach McKeithen and Matt Bayless catching some buttercats and channel cats the other night.
Yeah.
That's just a good thing to do. Good fishing like that. Good job, fellas. So we'll always send in the pictures, and I've got some more we'll maybe show you a little bit later. But you never know. Talking about the gators, I have a lot of guests on here. Stan Kirkland, we always talking about gators. You just never know when they're going to pop up.
No. And usually they're more afraid of you than you are of them. But
we were talking about. I may get it on here. We were talking about. There's a boat up there. Talking about Deer Point Dam, and I can see it from my house. And I'm going to show you on Google Earth, Rick, and you tell me what the situation is here. Now, right in the middle of our page right here is Deer Point Dam.
Yeah.
Now, directly southwest of there is a boat that washed up during the storm. It's about 200 yards below Deer Point Dam, and it's been there since that last storm about a month ago. Now, what's the rule? It's just sitting up on that. I know there's a big old sandbar out there. It's sitting up on that sandbar. Now, what's the rule on that right there? How long can that boat sit there? It's about I'd say 28 to 30 foot cruiser.
Well, it depends. But what the proper procedure would be is to go out there and see if you can find some identification, such as an FL number or the hull identification number off the starboard stern, and you can track down and see, notify the owner. He should know, but if he doesn't, then if he doesn't do something, you can look at going out there and getting the boat off, and if you are successful, then you can charging for your time and effort getting the boat off. You've done what they call salvage, but you have to go to the effort to at least try to let the guy know.
So there's a salvage.
It could be an out of state boat, and the guy doesn't even know it's up there. You know.
Well, I'm sure the FWC has probably done that, and something is probably pending on it. But it has been sitting there since our last storm came through.
Salvage laws are you need to actually talk to an admiralty attorney and find out exactly what is allowed and how to go about it.
Yeah.
But once you do, if you go through the proper procedure, you can salvage the boat, and then he's either got to pay you. If he doesn't pay you within a certain amount of time, and I don't remember what that certain amount of time is, then you can advertise, and you can sell the boat, and you take out what you're owed. I think I'm right, and there again, you need to talk to an admiralty attorney to find out for sure. But I think you can get paid what you're owed, and anything over that would go back to him.
Okay. And the guy doing that down in San Andrew, you said there's a boat being
reclaimed? The Star Dancer was salvaged because he went up there and went to the trouble to get it off. And of course, from what I understand, that guy didn't want to pay it, so he said, "The boat's yours," you know, and he can take it and sell it. And I think he's kind of sitting on it because it's an aluminum boat, and aluminum's worth a lot, and it's going up. And precious metals are going up high, so he's just sitting, he's making money. As soon as that thing gets up to a certain point, I imagine he'll find somebody that'll buy it, and they'll just scrap it.
Well, Scott Lindsay called last night and wanted me to ask you this question. He said there's a boat several miles offshore here, been anchored there for a couple of weeks, waiting to come into port, but it's just been sitting there. Of course, it's attracting fish now and all, but the rule, how long they can sit there, I mean, as long as they want?
Yeah.
And you mentioned a while ago there are several reasons they could be sitting there.
Well, yeah, they could be sitting there because they don't have another charter or another cargo, and this is where they're scheduled for their next pickup, and maybe something. Sometimes they negotiate, and then it falls through. So they go to the next port that's coming on the list. Well, it may be a month or so down. Well, rather than burning fuel trying to go somewhere else, they know they're going to be back here. They'll sit there and wait till they can get the cargo. That's rare, but it does happen. And with the economy the way it is now, I wouldn't be surprised if they're not just waiting until a cargo is either negotiated or this cargo it comes due that they're supposed to pick up. That's one possibility. Other is they may have some kind of mechanical problem and they're waiting to get the parts and they're working on the boat and getting it fixed. There's a myriad of reasons they could be doing that. They also may be doing something, the military Sea Left Command ships. I haven't seen the ship, so I don't know what kind it is. They used to deploy out here and stay anchored because they were running.
What's amazing about when that happens, though, when it's sitting out there, there's all kinds of king mackerel and fish just all congregate to it.
Because it makes it's just like the oil rigs. Anything out there, if it stays long enough, the smaller fish are going to get around it because it's a place to hide.
It's a great shelter, and they're really catching some nice fish off there. And of course, now talk about it probably this afternoon they'll be moving out.
Yeah.
It's about 5 miles offshore there, and I haven't been out there yet, but I've heard some good reports coming from there. And then, the little fish are going to go up, and the big fish are going to be there next. So,
yeah, because when I went to Africa that last trip in '92, we literally stayed off Conner Creek, anchored out there 15 miles offshore. And the reason we anchored so far off is to stay away from pirates. They still have pirates in the hook of Africa there. But the other was we didn't have the dock space because they were a busy little port, and they could only handle about 4 or 5 ships, and we had about 8 waiting to go in there. They were just a busy African port, and in Africa it's slow. In other words,
some fishermen in these king mackerel tournaments have put out a huge tarp out there, just let it float, during the week, and then by the weekend and all, there'll be all kinds of fish gathered around. That same principle right there. You got shelter, and you got fish.
You find a tide line. You run that tide line. You can find some seaweed. You're gonna find chicken dolphin.
That's right.
They're going to be around it.
That's right. All right, folks, we're going to take our final break and be right back with some more good stuff. All right, welcome back. Glad you're watching the show this morning. Hope you're enjoying your coffee. Captain Rick is over here. Let's take a look now at our fishing time forecast for today. We're looking at this morning from 2:47 to 4:47. We just passed that. But this afternoon, 3:10 to 5:10. 3:10 to 5:10 this afternoon. Fishing game forecast for today. Now, this October is just a super busy month for everybody. And it's a great month to be in the outdoors. To talk about it, one of our all-time favorites. But in case you don't have anything to do, not this Saturday, but next Saturday at the E.O. Wilson Biofeeder Center, they were going to have a presentation. This Mike Kay was Marine Touch Tanks. He talks about agriculture and aquaculture and different things there. It'll be Saturday, October 13th, and at 11 and 1 o'clock. And as I said, E.O. Wilson Biofeeder Center. And you know they do have rates, minimum rates there for admittance, because that's a lot of acreage and a lot of stuff to keep going. It's expensive to run a place like that, so these like a small donation to help out there.
Also, we got Steve Sutherland coming up on the 8th of October.
Yes.
Yeah, 5 o'clock in the afternoon at Captain Anderson's on Thomas Drive there, or just off Thomas Drive.
Big fish fry.
Big fish fry. You bet. Come on out and eat a dead fish with me. I'm going to be out there.
Who all's invited?
Any pleasure fisherman, any commercial fisherman, you're welcome to come. And
well, that's all of our viewers.
Yeah, well, that's good. Come on, all of us. The thing is, he's doing a very good job for the fishermen. And I think it'll be a chance to get educated a little bit about what he's doing and how he's doing it. But I've kind of kept up with it. I'm not a fisherman anymore. I haven't been for years, other than just my own pleasure once in a while. But it's important, and he is doing a fine job for us, and we want to keep him. And this is what it's all about: is supporting him because he's doing a good job for us.
That's going to be right there in the parking lot at Captain Anderson's. And I plan on going. We've got all kinds of things happening next week. On Monday night we have that, and Tuesday night the Highland Park Baptist Wild Beast Feast, and then some get-togethers on Wednesday nights. And it's just a busy week, a busy month.
Absolutely, and a great month. October's my favorite month of the year.
Yeah. For
around here, it is gorgeous.
You know, we talk about, the old timers used to talk about, they would, the newspaper would put in the fish catches, and you have their names of what families caught the fish at the fish market. They don't do that anymore, of course. There's so much more bad news you can put in the newspaper. But back then, it was really neat reading those old microfilm papers and all. And it was fascinating when you got in October how the catches went up and all, and they would just catch thousands of pounds. And some of the old family names that still have families here. The Andersons, the Raffields, the Massolinos,
Davises,
all of them.
Hobbs, and all of them still around. Yeah.
But it was a red roe mullet was a premium this time of year with old timers, and Spanish mackerel. They caught a lot of Spanish mackerel this time.
I can remember as a kid one night. It was late season, and Walter Anderson, we could hear him. It was one of those nights, it was looking like a mirror out there. You boys want to go catch some mullet? I said, yeah, come Walter, I'll go. We went over behind the sandbar there in the Grand Lagoon and struck a net, and we was 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning before we finished.
Yeah.
And I mean, we'd been working all day on the boats and cleaning them up and everything. We got to go fishing the next morning at 6 o'clock, but we still went fishing with him that night and caught a whole mess of mullet, had a big fish fry and everything that next day when we got back in. And
that's just one of the Panhandle traditions, having these big fish fries this time of year with fresh caught mullet. I know we have our dove shoot set up this weekend, and we're going to plan on frying us some mullet up for the dove shoot, and we're all excited about it. So that's one of the things we're going to do, get us some mullet.
Megan and Mandy going out there.
Well, we're gonna have. I've got a unique situation, folks. I grew up dove shooting this time of year. Then I went through. You go all through periods of life where you just get so busy and so much going on. And then it happened. Nobody was getting any birds anymore, so they quit having dove shoots. Yeah. But now I see dove shoots are coming back. I'm really excited about it. Several people are starting to have dove shoots, and they're all doing it legally. They're not throwing corn out and everything. They're all planting. And the science of it is caught up with the dove shoot. So everybody's planting on rows, and you cut them on a specified time, so you just have natural foods really year round. And people are starting to do that, and these people, we were trying to do that. So Saturday afternoon, my son-in-law Walter is having a shoot up there, and we're going up there to shoot it. We're going to fry some mullet up. My job is cooking. Hey. So they're going to let me out in the field after I get everything cooked. And all
I make a deal with anybody cooking. I'll eat them.
And then Sunday afternoon, Mike Miller's having a shoot up there around Youngstown, his place up there.
Yeah.
It's a really nice place, and we were up there last weekend picking some peanuts, and we're going to show you some of the peanut footage tomorrow. But it's really neat this weekend. It'll be Sunday afternoon and Saturday afternoon. First time since I was a kid, I went on back-to-back dove shoot. So I'm going to go buy me some shells, go down to C&G, give me some 20 gauge shells, and the only thing, Rick, I just hadn't had time to practice in. Usually I want to practice a little bit, so I have not shot my gun since last year, which is not
well,
good.
The doves might be doing pretty good then.
Well, we're not. You can't wait to light on the wire. You got to shoot them while they're moving. So we're going to have a crew up there, but we're looking forward to it.
I'm gonna bet on the doves.
I guarantee you they'll win and all. Okay, but we've got a couple minutes left. Now, get back to boats. I know you spent a lifetime around boats and all.
Yeah.
And if someone, I had a good friend that bought a boat several while back, last month, and he called you, and it wasn't a big boat. It was a little Supro 19-footer.
Yeah.
And he called you, wanted you to look it over and make sure that it was a used boat, and want to make sure it was a good boat. So that's a good idea. He was real pleased. He couldn't believe how thorough you were. I want to compliment you on that.
Oh, thank you.
So he was really pleased with your work on the boat.
Well, you know, even new boats, they get here on their own bottom or they're on a truck, and anything can happen en route. So rather than have hard feelings between a person selling and a person buying, give an independent third party, which is somebody like me, to go in that knows what they're doing, look at the boat, and then you can meet on an amiable position on the middle ground of what needs to be fixed and what he's willing to accept. And, you know, and the other is, my job is not just to find out about the boat, but to educate the buyer.
Yeah. And this guy thought he knew a lot about boats, but he really learned a lot by you going over. He did tell you how much he appreciated it.
Well, I appreciate you.
All right. So if you need a boat, checked over, I'll give Rick a call. We got your number and all, and we can. He runs the ad on here. Great sponsor, Panhandle Outdoors. We appreciate that.
Thank you. I enjoy it.
So I'm gonna see you. I'll see you Monday afternoon at the
fish
fry. Okay.
I'm gonna be there. I got to eat old dead fish.
All right, folks. We're gonna wrap it up. I want to thank y'all for watching the show. Now you have a great day and do something good for somebody today. And God bless.
Thanks for joining us for Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors features hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.